much do you know about K-food? How much hanshik have you eaten?
We invite you into the world of Korean food, of course, including the history and culture of it.
We'll introduce trendy foods and famous restaurants on Dish of the Day with
Chef Ryan Phillips.
back on his regular day, although it's hard to say regular because we shift you about so much. So thank you for always being flexible with us. Back on a Tuesday. Dish of the Day, Ryan is here with, what is this t-shirt? Because wasn't it, was it Iron Maiden last time?
This is a gift from my Nuna, my sister.
Most Excellent Tour. Is that an artist or something? Wild Stallions.
I got a couple of years, I don't know if this movie was even big.
Okay.
For you when you were a kid. But
which
do
one?
you remember Bill and Ted's Excellent
Adventures?
Okay, yeah, that was...
Is that what it's about?
That's the shirt. Wild Stallions was the name of their band.
Oh, really?
In the movie,
So it's not even a real band name.
No.
They don't like perform or anything.
No.
What happened?
No.
Like Keanu Reeves got really big.
Got
Oh, did you like that movie?
Yeah. My younger brother is about your age, and he really loved it.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah, him and his best friend were just nuts over it when it came out. I loved it too.
Completely random. Like I don't remember the details, but
it's just completely ridiculous.
Yeah.
So for 8, 9, 10-year-olds, it's just the best thing in the world.
Absolutely, and I think that was one of Keanu Reeves's early films. Right?
Absolutely, yeah.
And the other guy, I don't remember him going on to do too much.
No.
So.
Did you see the reboot or the sequel of it?
Oh, wait, did they have one that was released? Was Keanu Reeves in it?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I have to watch that. I totally forgot that happened. Maybe I don't have to watch it by that reaction. It's always like that if you come out with something much later. Has there ever been a successful reboot of something?
I'm sure there have. I'm sure it's still fun, right? People want
nostalgia.
To see them back. Yeah,
that kind of thing.
Sure.
Today's hashtag Pyeonijum, Ryan. We've been talking about it because foreigners are now having it as a must-go-to stop on their travel itineraries.
Yeah.
And, I don't blame them because Korean convenience stores are another level compared to places in the West, I think.
Right.
Have you got anything that is a guilty pleasure from a convenience store? Like, I'll eat this. I'll go there and I'll have this. Any of the drinks? Are you a banana milk fan?
No. Sparkling water.
Really?
Water. And there's like 4 or 5 different kinds now.
Nowadays,
What's going on there?
It's hard, though, to find in the smaller convenience stores plain sparkling water. Like, it's always slightly flavored.
It's really
right?
hard to find one that has no flavor. Yeah. There's grapefruit, there's grape, there's lime, there's lemon.
Yeah. They're all good. And they're like really low calories usually, or no calories.
0 calories water.
Oh, you get that if you're
I like
feeling
sparkling
frisky.
water, yeah. I hated it when I was a kid.
Me too.
I thought it was the weirdest thing.
Why is it fizzy?
But now I'm just totally hooked on it. I can't get enough.
And I think, if you're just sick and tired of having water all day, then it kind of makes you feel like, I'm living on the edge.
Well, and you put a little bit of like Maeshiljeong in there.
My son loves that and feels like it's beer, he says. It's like beer for kids. Yeah.
Or gingerjong, or what did I throw in? Some lemon and gingerjong. Yes,
some omija as well.
Omija, yeah.
You've got pomegranate extract as well.
A lovely, it's not, you don't make it so sweet.
No.
It's just like a sparkling, slightly flavored, a healthy tonic.
Guilt-free, absolutely. Today's dish, I don't think you'll find this ingredient in the Pyeonijum, at least as far as I'm aware. What are we talking about? I believe it's in season at the moment.
It is in season right now because they are feeding again, and so they're getting plump.
Okay.
But is about as plump as they can get. This is one of the most labor-intensive dishes we've ever talked about.
Wow.
Because you use... In one portion, there are probably at least 60 little freshwater marsh snails.
So that's the star of the show today, the Daseulgi.
Daseulgi. Yeah.
And we've got a photo of various types. So they're all Daseulgi, I see. Oh my God. So any of these is fine then to put in?
Yeah. Oh man. I don't have the shells on me to show. I should have asked for some shells. We could have tried to pair it up.
So were these being taken out by hand?
Yeah, man.
Oh my
With
goodness.
toothpicks. because they're tiny, guys.
Yeah, you might think, oh, how big are these? But you're talking like maybe one segment of your finger long, right?
Yeah, the first time I ever had them, they are freshwater snails, but I was at the beach the first time I got them. I was on the West Coast.
Okay.
And they were selling cups of them.
Yeah.
And a Korean friend handed me a cup, and I'm like, okay. Yeah, it was maybe 2 months into Korea, you know, and I'm like looking around, seeing how other people do it. Some people have toothpicks. Other people are just taking them and going
sucking them, right?
Yeah, and then throw the shell on the ground.
Yeah,
and I was like, oh, that's not bad. It's just like a little chewy, little meaty, salty little snack.
Because it's very small, the Korean ones. Like what puts me off about escargot and like French cuisine is they're very big and chunky, right? Yeah,
plump and juicy snails.
I don't want that because I used to love snails, as a pet.
Oh,
I used to have them in my garden,
Yeah.
and I filled up a little baby bath that we had left over from when I was young. And so those, you can really feel the texture and taste them. These, I mean, you really don't know what's going on. Oh, wow! So this is when it's being pulled out with a little toothpick, or
you stick a toothpick in the end, and then you spin the shell in your fingers,
and it comes out in that shape.
Comes out in that shape.
Because when it's in
so blue green,
that I've never seen it like that. Like that, I don't know if I would eat like that. Because today's dish, if you're watching the stream, you can see that we've got the dolsot, the like stone pot here. So it's in the soup, right? And it'll just float about. Well, not really float about. It'll be like on the bottom there, and you just eat it, and you don't really know what it is, maybe.
Yeah. I mean, I could see some folks having this stew and not necessarily knowing what's going on, but you will see the color. Like when you boil just the snails, the water even turns kind of blue-green.
Oh, really?
Really a blue tint to it.
Wow.
Which you don't see very often in nature, you know?
No.
But yeah, so much work. So let's say you just had a half a kilo, like a pound of these in the shell. You're only going to get like 150 grams.
Oh, wow.
So 1/5 of the weight or so
Yeah.
is the flesh that's inside. 4/5 is the shell. And so, and it might take you an hour and a half to get a pound of them out of the shell.
Wow. And so this is how you might get it as a panchan, like a side dish at some restaurants.
Right.
I would say, I think I've only seen it like this in the countryside. We went to a pension one time, and there was a stream next door, and they would catch them from there, the fresh water.
You know the best way to catch them?
No.
Is at nighttime.
Oh, really?
To go out at night with a flashlight.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Go out at night with a flashlight and maybe goggles.
Oh.
Because they're nocturnal animals. They'll be moving around more at night.
And they're in the water.
In the water, in fresh water. And really, they purify the water. They clean the water. But or in the daytime, you'd have to turn over rocks to try to find them.
To find them underneath. And I've seen this kind of thing that's like a transparent tray, and you kind of put that into the water, and that will act as your goggles. Like you can just see straight down,
there
right?
You go. Yeah,
and then you can actually put the ones you've caught in there as well, which is kind of cool.
Did you ever make those when you were a kid, when you get a milk carton and put cellophane on it?
No.
Like a view box? You ever did that?
A little, what's it called? A reverse periscope or something like that. Yeah. That sounds amazing. And this is the dish that we're going to talk about today, I think, right?
That's a beautiful image. That is a lot of snails on that.
Wait, and are they all de-shelled?
They are.
They almost look like they're shelled because they've kept their shape like that so well. But Daseulgi haejangguk, right? Haejangguk meaning hangover soup.
This is not a manipulated image. This is the actual color.
Wow.
And so it's called haejangguk, like a hangover soup, but it also has many other names. It might be, they might throw doenjangguk at the end. Some of them do have more fermented soybean paste or doenjang in them than others.
Yeah.
There is quite a variation. You might have a more clear broth like this image, or a lot more doenjang, and it'll be a lot more cloudy broth.
They are so turquoisey green.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think I've had this specific dish. I've had daseulgi in my doenjang, or I think it's also known some places as olgengi. And like, I've had little bits and bobs of it, and I've chewed on it, and I've been like, that's not too bad. You just taste the doenjang, the soybean paste. But if there's so much in here, I'm not sure if this is going to be one of my favorite days today.
There's not all that many.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I was trying to fish out as many as possible from the other container for what we're using today. And this is from a restaurant that specializes in this dish.
Oh, really?
And that's fairly common across the country. Is you go to a place for this.
Especially for a hangover cure if you've been drinking the day before.
Yes.
It's meant to be good for your liver, and I think we love the hot soups, just settling our stomach.
We have a lot of things here that are like seasonal, something for a specific season that does a specific job. And this one is really about the summer, about like revitalizing and protecting yourself, you know.
Is it not available the rest of the year then?
Oh, no, I've seen it year round.
Okay.
When you get outside of Seoul, anywhere near rivers, actually, yeah. Even in Chuncheon, which is famous for the sutbul dakgalbi, the grilled chicken, marinated chicken over charcoal. In those restaurants out there where that is famous, this is another dish on the menu, and sometimes they'll bring it to you on the side for free when you order a lot.
When you said they've started feeding again, does that mean they don't feed like for certain periods of the year?
Apparently, go dormant in the winter and the cold, and then come back to life and move around, start eating. Yeah.
Interesting. All right, so in part 2, we're going to eat this. We'll give you the recipe if you want to try it out as well. Yeah, it does smell like like a kind of doenjang-based soup. The soybean paste. We'll see. Also, send in what's in your fridge. We want to know your ingredients for part 3, where Ryan will come up with some delicious recipes. Yes, please be nice. Here's Minyok of Monster X fame, Reaching. We're back for part 2, Dish of the Day, with the star of the show today, Daseulgi, might be known as 올갱이. Ryan was telling me that there were loads of different ways of calling it, and it's hard to understand if you're a foreigner. But marsh snails or freshwater snails, you don't eat these in the States, right?
No, I don't think so.
No.
I've never seen this particular variety. This one is an East Asian thing.
Okay.
Daseulgi is an East Asian thing.
Okay.
So China, Japan, Korea.
Nice. Siska says, I like snails sautéed as well. I wonder if they're these ones or bigger ones, because this on a sauté would be pretty small, wouldn't it? And Ben says, frankly, I prefer things like calamari, salmon, or tuna from the deeper sea. But as for hangovers, the traditional haejangguk, or one of the many concoctions available for approximately 5,000 won, would do the job for most people. Yeah, we do have those things in the bottles and the convenience stores that you can just drink. Yes. Yeah. But this is a more traditional way of getting over your drunkenness, I suppose. Okay, why don't we try it? Why don't we show it as well? So this, it's packed full. Is that spinach?
That is auk.
Auk.
Which is, actually, it's a cousin of the marshmallow plant. The plant that
gives us marshmallows.
Once you add enough sugar to them.
I think I knew that marshmallows came from a plant, but does the plant taste anything like a marshmallow?
No, not at all. It's just what gives it the viscosity to be able to puff like that.
Wow.
So this vegetable is called auk in Korea. It's also known as Chinese mallow, or also malva. Or cluster mallow.
It looks like spinach.
I don't remember ever seeing it in the West. So if you guys are familiar with cluster mallow or anything like this, let me know.
Yeah, let us know. Have you seen this a lot in Korean cuisine? Because it's not one of the more familiar names to me, even. Auk.
Yeah, auk. It is very popular. I know the Panchankage next to my kitchen.
Yeah.
They did a special dish of it.
Can I get my own quantity?
You were going to make one with a tiny amount. I see what you're doing. I'm going to try to find some more.
Okay, so there's some chili peppers in there. So I'm guessing there's a little kick to this.
Yeah, just a little.
There's one. I wanted to show. Yeah.
There's a blue snail in that one. Right?
Because of the broth color and stuff, you might not notice them. And look, this is the size of them, how small we're talking. So I'll definitely put that on my spoon. I'm going to just eat this by itself to see the texture and stuff, right? Because like we said, in this, you might lose the snailiness because of the soybean paste and the auk. So let's give this a try.
Mine's grainy.
Mine was great. You can taste the two kind of parts of this, right? The kind of innards, which are the top part, which are very soft and like mushy. And then the more muscular part, I'm guessing the foot of the snail, right? I wouldn't say it's delicious, but I wouldn't say it's offensive. Like, it's not not nice or anything.
Well, my first one, like yours, I think there was some sand in it, and so that really put me off. But my second one, I think it's lovely. I think it has the texture kind of like a of other molds, like a squid or
or some shellfish as well. You know,
Totally.
it's just a smaller version of like, I don't know, like a sora or something like that, like a whelk.
And you know how freshwater fish will kind of have like an aquarium almost taste to them?
Yeah.
Even though these are freshwater, it tastes more like something from the sea to me, doesn't
right.
it?
Absolutely. It doesn't taste fresh watery. Oh, and that, like it looks a bit hairy, some of the stems and stalks, but that
is a healthy broth.
And then you've got, is that buchu on there as well?
There's some buchu, some garlic chive as well.
So that is super good for your health. And we
there's
do
some
say
shiitake mushroom in there a little bit, and a little bit of doenjang, but not very much. This is kind of like pretty much a clear broth, but a little bit of doenjang is in there because I'm seeing little pieces of the soybean.
You're right. Like there's different levels of doenjang, and if you look at that, that's the buchu there, the garlic chives, which are also said to be very good for your liver, right? So this is the perfect hangover cure, and it's nice and light, isn't it?
Oh, now I got an aftertaste of the fresh water kind of flavor. You know what I mean?
From the snail or the broth?
Yeah, from the broth, an aftertaste of you know, kind of like lake.
Yes.
You know, the lake.
This is from nature, isn't it? Pak Suyon says, it's actually more like a conch or a whelk, I'd say. And it's so small, it almost seems like a clam. Yeah, the tiny little clams, you're right. It's like that. Although I would say I prefer the flavour of a clam than a daseulgi. Peter says, 시원하겠네요. 맛있겠네요. Yeah, 시원하다. That word in Korean is so hard to explain in English. Like, refreshing is what it's often put to. And it can be used for a refreshing drink. But it's also that refreshing feeling you get from something that tastes so clear and clean like this. Oh, this is good with all the veggies as well. I must say, I've only had one of the snails, so I'm kind of avoiding them.
I'm all over this. This is awesome.
Oh, no, I got a little bit there. If you have it with the veg as well, with the leaves, then it just kind of all blends together. I wouldn't, if you're fussy, recommend just having the snail, but that's not how people have it. It's in the broth, right? And you're just eating it all
For this
together.
dish, absolutely. But we have the panchan, you know, where you just sit there with a toothpick and you pull them out yourself.
So if you want to have it that way, of course you can.
Yeah.
That is nice. Really nice and clear. Is this difficult to make then? Is the
Other than getting the
freshwater marsh snails?
getting the marsh snails out of the shell. I mean, that takes forever.
Yeah.
But otherwise, it's really simple, guys.
Because I don't think I've seen daseulgi in the marts, right, in the supermarkets being sold. Like, it's just a dish that you'll find at restaurants or maybe down by the river.
Maybe this time of year you might see them in the markets. Yeah.
And you think there'd be shell in their shell?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're not going to shell them for you because
Otherwise
you
that'd
cook
be
them. You
expensive.
cook them and then you shell them. You don't take them out. They won't come out raw. And you got to cook them the right amount of time. If you cook them too much, then they'll break when you're trying to get them out of the shell.
Oh, I
So it needs to
see.
be about 4 minutes.
Okay.
In boiling water. Bring the water to a boil, drop them in, remove impurities off the top. And then there's, you know how snails have a little foot on them?
Yeah.
That's
at the end.
that's a little hard, right?
Yeah.
It's like almost like a little thin shell kind of thing.
It's like
right?
a door for when they go back into their shells.
Exactly.
Do these have those as well?
They do, and there's a little trick that I learned recently on how to remove those easily. If you just take like some some little metal tongs.
Yeah.
And while they're cooking for that 4 minutes, you just keep moving those tongs across the bottom of the pot, just like you're cutting across everything. And it'll make most of them come off.
Oh, really?
And then, of course, when you're taking a toothpick and you're spinning them all out, you'll see if there's one there and you can remove it then.
Okay. I forgot about that aspect of it. That makes it even more time consuming,
Right.
I'm guessing.
Yeah.
And then 4 minutes, take them out, let them cool down a little bit before you start plucking out the meat.
Absolutely, yeah. They're too hot to handle for at least 10 minutes or so. But then, yeah, you got to sit for about an hour and a half and with a toothpick and twist the shell. It's kind of cool. Actually, it may be a fun activity for kids.
Yeah.
You know, because you stick it with a toothpick and then with your other hand, you twist the shell in your fingers the right direction, you know, and then it just, you know, spins out.
I assume when you get a perfect one, it would feel great. But when it kind of breaks off in the middle, you'd be like, oh.
Like when you're shelling walnuts or something, and
that
you get
would
all
be
of
annoying. Okay, so you get that. And if we don't have that, could you substitute some kind of shellfish for it? Like we were mentioning, a conch or a whelk or even a small clam.
Yeah, I don't see why not. I think this is a pretty unique ingredient even for Korea because it's a freshwater snail. Yeah. There isn't any other freshwater snail that we eat here.
No.
Right? We have plenty of sea snails.
Yeah.
But that's it, right?
Exactly.
And then, you know, the clams and everything, they're all, well, no, you ate a freshwater oyster down south and got sick.
That's very uncommon as well. And
very
that is
uncommon.
A unique freshwater oyster because it's where the river meets the sea. So it's like half freshwater, half saltwater, somjingang, and they're called pokgul, flower oysters because they look underwater like flowers, like the cherry blossoms.
They're huge, man.
And yeah.
I had one in Taiwan.
I'm not a fan.
Yeah, try to eat an oyster that big in one bite.
It's so difficult, right? It just bursts everywhere. But you're right, like with the freshwater aspect, we don't eat too much freshwater fish here either. I mean, if you go to the countryside, then yeah, maybe, but it's not that common and desired, I feel.
Right. Well, everybody loves freshwater fishing, but they're not so much eating the carp that they're after.
Exactly.
Now, catfish, there's a species of catfish here that's very different from the catfish I grew up on. If you tried to fillet and fry the catfish here, they'd probably just fall apart. Very, very soft flesh.
Yeah.
And not the thick, leathery skin of the catfish in the West either. But you can get a catfish meontang when you're out in the countryside.
Yeah, it's just not as common as the amount of, like you said, freshwater fishing that actually happens. And so the other parts of this, in terms of a recipe, so you got the snails.
There is a really cool thing that I wanted to mention for sure. So, yeah, we've got the snails covered, right? Then you need a broth, and you could use your snail broth. A lot of restaurants do that if they're going really old school, more clear broth style.
Okay.
The same water that you cook the snails in. Yeah. Of course, I forgot to mention, you definitely, just like clams and stuff, you want to put the snails in a dark place in water and let them spit out all the sand. Obviously, the first bites we had, that wasn't done well enough, you know, because you still had a little sand.
So while they're still alive, you want to do that.
While they're still alive. Then when you get that broth after cooking them for just 4 minutes, so they're not so overdone where you can't get them out of the shell, then that broth you could use as the main broth of this. Also a dashima yuksu, the most common Korean broth with anchovy and kelp and radish and a little onion, garlic. That's a classic one used here. But the unique thing that I really liked about this is when you take the mallow, the cluster mallow, the Chinese mallow, the malva or whatever, the auk, you cut it into pieces and then put it in a bowl. And then put maybe 1 spoonful of doenjang paste and a little bit of soy sauce. Yeah. And then just kind of mash it up.
Pomodoro, right? In Korean, which is to like mix it all together with your hands.
Yeah.
Right? Oh, really?
And then let that sit for a little bit.
Oh, nice.
And then add that into the boiling water.
Instead of doenjang paste, like separately.
Right. And not only does that soften up the mallow, and season it, but yeah, then it's a lot nice and soft in your broth here. Did you try it? Did you?
The mallow.
You stay away from greens.
No,
sometimes.
but it's really good because it looks like it'll be really meaty and a bit hairy, but because it's been cooked for quite a while, it's totally fine. It's nice. I'm a big fan of things like ugoji, the kind of half-dried radish chops, right? So the other ingredients of this, apart from the mallow, like we said, you can put in the garlic chives. Is that usually a bit later because we usually don't cook them for too long, right? And then I can see lots of garlic as well in there, right? Is there?
Plenty of garlic. Maybe 1 choyangochu for a green chili spiciness.
It's not like spicy that it would put anyone off. There's just a subtle spice to it, right? Yeah.
Totally. And yes, the garlic chives go in right at the end.
And that's about it.
That's it, man. Maybe a little bit of gukkanjang, some soup soy sauce.
Okay.
Or fish sauce could be used.
Oh, yeah. It does taste very subtle and very healthy as well. So I'm thinking, yeah, don't go overboard on the ingredients and give it a try. Our writer said, if you are going out to the rivers, because it can be a pastime at pensions, right? They tell you pension is like our equivalent of like a bed and breakfast next to a river. They'll say, go out and get some daseulgi, and they'll cook it for you sometimes. You want to look for shells that are unbroken, elongated, and have a glossy green sheen. Those are the good quality ones, rather than those that have a little bit lackluster in terms of their colours, and it will react and retract back into its shell if it's live and healthy, and those are the ones that you want to go for. We'll be back in part 3. We'll do what's in your fridge if you send us your ingredients and finish off this talk.
I got a lot in
Oh my goodness, there is a lot there. Wow. This is Neve with Colour of Sea, 바다의 색처럼. For part 3, dish of the day with Ryan in the studio talking about daseulgi, or these freshwater marsh snails, which are eaten in this part of the world, not just in Korea, but China and Japan as well. Ben's saying they are scientifically spoken known as Semisulcospira or Libertina. Oh, thank you for that. And Jackie came in at the end watching our video stream saying, I'm coming in late, but it looks delicious. I'm starving. Then someone else told her it was snails, and her reaction was good. One thing I haven't tried is snails, but I do want to. Oh, let's be adventurous, right?
Yeah.
What's
Here,
the worst
Peter,
that could happen?
have some more.
No, I'm okay. And we had, what is it? Ben saying that you used to indulge in escargot, but you stopped having them after you saw a video of a casualty who died after eating a raw snail. Well, I don't think they're meant to be eaten raw, are they? These little ones or big ones as well. They could be dangerous.
Honestly, I've heard that one of the most deadly things in the garden is a raw snail.
Really?
Yeah. I forget what exactly it is about them. But,
don't do that. I don't think they're meant to be eaten raw, right? That's not a thing here whatsoever. And then we also had a picture from...
I'm loving this picture.
Siska, who says these are a version of snail, I believe. What did she say they're called? But besides satay, we cook them in a spicy way or in a porridge. Oh, it looks like a spicy kind of soup, doesn't it?
But they look small. I bet that's a really similar species to what we're having here. But these are the short, fat ones. And here we've got the long, skinny ones.
Yeah, the shell looks different, but I'm guessing the flavors might be similar.
All the flavor in there, I don't know if you could even taste any snail, though.
And one thing to note that our writer informs us of is that in, like, Oriental thinking, the snails have a cold property to them.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up. Yeah,
and so that's why we're putting in the garlic chives, because they have the warm properties to balance it out, right? Or the mallow.
Are you in the middle, or you're on the cold or the hot?
I think I'm a hot. I run hot, right?
Me too, right.
So maybe we need the coolness.
Need this. This is good.
Yeah,
this is good for us.
It's balancing us out. Okay, time to get into what's in our fridge. Siska, first up.
I love how Siska always starts with eggs, chili, and milk.
Anything else to spice things up?
No, I got some ideas. So it says eggs, chili, milk, banana, papaya, pear, potato, tofu, leftover coconut, glutinous rice cakes.
Oh.
All right. So here's what I'm thinking, Siska. You guys are all familiar with Eggs Benedict, right?
Yes.
Okay. Have you ever heard of Parmesan?
Parmesan?
Yeah.
No.
Or an egg Florentine?
Egg Florentine rings a bell.
Okay. So an egg Florentine, you do a Parmesan on the bottom. So you take potato.
Yeah.
And you cut them into little thin, we're talking millimeter thin,
like discs.
little coin-shaped discs. And then you layer them in kind of a flower pattern going around and around and around and around and around, and get salt and pepper and drawn butter on them. And then you fry that in a pan really slowly.
Okay.
And you flip it occasionally, and it becomes the base for kind of an Eggs Benedict, but it's called Eggs Florentine.
Okay.
Then your next layer might be sauteed spinach, then the poached egg, and then maybe a Mornay sauce on top. Okay.
That sounds amazing.
But we don't have those things. We have Siska's fridge here, which is you got the potato.
Yeah.
And then I think it'd be kind of cool to take the leftover coconut glutinous rice cakes and crisp them almost like Korean nurungji. So like get a little oil in the pan or butter and just press them down or somehow roll them out really, really thin. So you've got a wafer thin glutinous rice cake. Right, this is a great way to use leftover rice cakes. Roll them out really thin, fry it up, get it nice and crispy. Okay, but between the potato and that, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
With just the egg on top.
I want to do just a little chili relish in between there.
Okay.
I think that would work. Yeah, just a little bit of chili relish in between there. So take your chili, dice it up, maybe saute it if you've got a little onion around. Maybe I know that's not on here, but okay. And that goes in between there. Then the poached egg on top of that. And I think that's about it. We don't really have a sauce to go on top, but
that sounds good with a bit of salt and pepper. Yeah,
there you go.
That would work.
Be fun.
We had House Irina from Brazil saying, I have mandioca, and a pork chop. You know what I must do, right? What is that? I don't know what you must do with a mandioca and a pork chop. What's a mandioca first up?
Desculpa, cara. When I think of mandioca, it's yucca or it's cassava root. Okay, you're familiar with this ingredient?
Cassava.
It's not very common here at all.
No.
I love them though. I ate tons of them when I was in Brazil last January.
Yeah.
And you can fry it like potato, like French fries.
Ooh.
But they're really thick and they're a lot better for you than just French fries.
Yeah.
But then there's also a mash, and for some reason with a pork chop. I wonder if he's talking about doing a mash, kind of like a mashed potato, but with the mandioca.
Oh, with a pork chop on the side.
I think that's probably where he's going with that. And then whenever you do a pork chop, you'll get some nice fried bits and fatty bits in the pan, and then you can just turn that into a gravy so fast, and then pour that over the yucca mash with the pork chop, and that's all you need.
Good. I've never done a home gravy ever in my life.
What?
Yeah. Is it super simple? Like that fat, that
All
juice.
right, I'm going to change your life right now. Okay, you ready? Red-eyed gravy.
Red-eyed gravy.
Red-eyed gravy.
What's that?
Okay, bear with me. All right. So when you ever do bacon or sausages on Sunday morning at home?
Yeah, absolutely.
And then that pan's got that on there.
It's delicious fat,
And then you
right?
got some old coffee that nobody drank all the coffee.
What? Yeah, my wife always leaves like coffee. Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
Just put a little bit of that in that pan and stir it around.
And that's gravy.
That's red-eyed gravy. Man.
Really?
Yeah.
That's it?
That's it, man.
What does the coffee do for you?
Wakes you up.
Flavor-wise, does it taste all right, though?
It's an old school hillbilly gravy, red-eyed gravy.
Really?
Yeah.
I want to try that.
Try it out.
Okay, that sounds
Of
much more
course,
simple.
you could, if you got some fat in the pan, you could throw a little flour down first and kind of make a little bit of a roux.
Yeah.
And then throw the gravy on there. Because gravy really is just, any kind of stock on top of a roux, right?
Yeah.
But, you don't want to waste your coffee, your cold coffee
I'd love to try that.
So give it a shot.
I'm a massive coffee fan, of course. And then one last quick one.
Yep.
Sherry just says, I got wings, they're plain. What would you recommend as the best marinade or rub for them with just a few ingredients?
Oh, wow. Okay. Are we talking about like chicken wings, like fried?
I believe.
Okay.
Wings.
How do you feel about batter versus naked?
I love batter.
Yeah,
I absolutely love it.
It's hard to beat.
Yeah.
And Korea really takes the cake on that.
Yeah.
So, well, let's do a hybrid of Korean and how much time we got?
You can go as long as you want. If you want till the end of the show, you can.
Well, okay. You know what we do back in the West, man, with our awesome fried chicken is we soak it in buttermilk overnight.
That's a very American thing, I feel. Buttermilk batter, right?
Man,
so what is that?
I
Just
miss
butter and milk and that's it?
No. Buttermilk is like you're starting to make butter, but before it all turns into butter, you stop.
Oh, and that's buttermilk.
Yeah, because raw cow's milk has a whole lot of fat in it, right? And the milk that we drink, the cream has risen to the top. That's where the expression comes from, and been removed.
Yeah.
And that contains so much of the fat. Right?
Okay.
That's why cream's so good.
Yeah.
Okay. If you churn whole milk, raw cow's milk, then you can make butter. If you just keep going.
Okay.
But if you don't go all the way, then you have buttermilk.
So it's just thick milk.
It is. It's milk with little pieces of butter in it. And it still has the cream in there.
And you marinate the chicken in that.
Marinate the chicken in there, baby.
Wow.
Overnight with salt, pepper, maybe some cayenne, bay leaf. You get really elaborate. Some people put a little bit of vinegar in there too. I kind of like that. Soak the chicken in that.
What does the milk and the butter do to the chicken? Like make it smoother and softer and silky? Oh, really?
Super juicy. Also,
Okay.
yeah, I mean, it just seems to plump it up.
Oh, wow.
So then any kind of dredging will stick to it really well. Okay, so you don't really do batter so much. You can, but then after that, you could just dredge it.
Okay.
And then why not go a little Korean style? Instead of going so much to flour, just go to potato starch or cornstarch.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
With a little bit of baking soda or baking powder in there. And then that's going to make it puff more. Right? So I would give it that a shot. And then after you fry it, then you got all your sauces right. And we were talking about this just last week. You know, the yum yum sauce is often a little bit of ketchup, a little bit of gochujang, right? A little gochugaru maybe. Some garlic definitely is in there, soy sauce in there. And as it comes out of the fryer, heat up your yum yum, your sauce in a skillet.
Toss it in there.
And toss it, a bit of vinegar in there too, maybe a little bit of rice wine. Toss it in that, and it gets in all those little cracks in that fry. Oh, Peter's getting hungry, way hungrier than he was looking with snails.
Thank you, Ryan, for that last-minute recipe. We'll say goodbye. We'll have you back here on Tuesday next week. Thank you for the snails.